All right, good morning, everybody. I forgot my watch, but I would use, good, heels up, right, left. If you want to use yours, I would do functional strength training or some kind of strength training. Remember, it's just fun to try to track your workouts and make sure you get them in. We're gonna march, lifting the thighs close to parallel to the floor. So we're starting to brace our core. We wanna just think about a nice stable spine, and then we just lift and lift. At 4, 3, hamstring curls. We're gonna kick it back right here. So today we've got 4 circuits, 3 exercises per circuit, 30 seconds work, 10 seconds rest, 3 rounds. 4, 3, bring those knees back up. We're gonna start to add a little rotation. So your arms can be low, or we can bring them up, hands lightly behind the ears. Good, 4, 3, back to our curls. We're gonna pull it back. So just think grabbing something and pulling it towards you, or driving your elbow back to the wall. Good, 4, 3, let's tap the toes to the side, reach right to the front. Reach it up and overhead, start to add a little side bend. It's okay if your reach is small. 4, 3, cross the body right here. Overhead, reach. Cross the body a little bit farther if you can. Overhead, a little bit higher. Slow deadlift. Feet hip width apart. Hinge it forwards and standing tall. Down, 2, up, 2. Really think we're squeezing the glutes, stretching out those hamstrings. Down. Let's go a little bit faster right here. Hinge and lift. So we're bracing our core, really tighten it up a little bit. Hips go back. 4, 3, 2. We're gonna take it forward. We're gonna hold it in our forward hinge, open and close your book. If you need to do this standing, you absolutely can. The whole challenge is to keep your hips, knees, and toes pointing forwards. Hold it in the center, both arms lift and lower at the same time. Good squeeze. Shoulders away from the ears, little shoulder blade pinch. 4, 3, 2, bring it all the way up, slow squat. Sit your hips to your heels, stand tall. Now we're gonna add in a little heel lift, and then try to hold it and then down. Slow squat. I wasn't able to hold that heel lift. Heel lift, down, 2 more slow. So down, 2, up, 2, heels up, heels down. 1 more time. Squat it down, lift it up, heels up, heels down. Now just tempo squats, no heel lift, just squat, down and up. Here's 4, 3, 2. All right, forward step and reach. So forward and pull. Squeeze the shoulders, elbows out to the side. Just 4, 3, 2, side lunge, step it out to the side, hold it in place. Just a nice good side to side. Just thinking about those knees, a little bit of an inner thigh stretch. Let's hold it in the center, cat-cow, inhale, exhale. So you can do an open of the chest, arch of the back, and then around. If that's not for you, you can belly breathe, and you can still do the shoulder blade pinch, but if you don't want to arch and round, you don't have to. Good, in and out. Remember, we're just waking up the spine here, slow and steady. Good, roll it all the way up, side step, press it back. Good, 8, 7. Getting ready, 4, 3, plank walkouts, everybody's favorite. I know that they are. They're probably as popular as burpees. Hey, we haven't done burpees in a really, really, really long time. I think we did some modified burpees a couple weeks ago, but we haven't done burpees in ages. I'm sure everybody is so upset about that too. you're like, no. Good. The goal is to try to get at least 5 plank walkouts, or try to aim for 5. Maybe you only get 3 today. That's okay. Work your way up. I'm going to do one more just to give everybody a little bit more time. Bring it all the way up. One more exercise to do right in the center. We're just going to do our heel stomps, or you can actually do jumps. But if you're just doing the low impact version, I want you to stomp, stomp. Really think about kind of slamming those heels down into the ground. Knees are soft. Good. 8, 7, 4, 3, march it out, shake it out, roll the shoulders, up, back, and down. Grab a quick drink. Okay. Had to make sure I was recording because you know me, I've done that before on more than one occasion. All right, we have 30 seconds work, 10 seconds rest, 3 exercises, 3 rounds. We're gonna do a cardio, then kind of a combo lower upper, and then either just a lower or just an upper. So first exercise, squat, front kick, squat, front kick. Second exercise, mini squat, overhead press, or mini squat, side raise, and then just squats. So really kind of a squat focus on this set. But squat, front kick, 30 seconds in 3, 2, and 1. So we just squat, little kick. So we can add a little toe touch. Now it doesn't have to be a straight leg kick like a mummy, right? Squat and a little flick, but I want you to stand nice and tall. And it's okay if your kick is down here. I don't want you kicking super high just to get your legs up there, right? It's a squat and a little toe touch. We're working the legs. Good. 3, 2, and 1. All right, your push press. It's not a squat press. It's an itty bitty squat, a little bit of cardio, squat and push. So think about coiling the energy in your legs and transferring that energy into your arms. So it's not a full squat and a reach, and it's not slow and slow. It's kind of quick. So imagine something's a little heavier than you thought it was, but you have to get it up on that shelf. The last thing you have to do, and you're cleaned up, you're ready to go. Good. All right, just squats. Just squats. I'm just gonna keep my light dumbbells. If you wanna do body weight, that's okay. But if you can grab some weights, that's what we're gonna go for. So we're kind of doing a cardio-based exercise, or a cardio exercise for the first exercise. Second exercise is still kind of cardio, but we add a little bit of resistance to it, add a little bit of weight. And then our third exercise is just a strict exercise, just focusing on strength, focusing on building those muscles. 3, 2, and 1. Round 1 done. We're going right back into round 2. We're just gonna keep going. Squat to front kick. 3, 2, and 1. So now body weight, adding in that good kick. So the leg that stays on the floor, we push through, push that floor away. Good extension. So we don't want to come down and then come up and not get that leg all the way straight. But we don't have to lean and exaggerate the movement. Good kick. 3, 2, and 1. All right, push press. Push press. I'm gonna keep it light today. I'm just gonna keep it light. Good. Little squat, push to the ceiling. Now remember, you can always do squat, side raise, yeah? Good, so down and lift, but really think your legs are coiled springs, right? So we've got that energy and we're trying to transfer the energy into our arms. I do this when I want to try to go a little heavy. 2, and 1. I do that one when I want to go a little heavy, but it's not quite, I can't do a strict press. Good, here's 2 and 1, just squats. Squat, down and up. So hinge and stand. We're keeping the ribs tucked. We're trying to keep our chest open. So chest open is here, not here, and not here, right? It's just a good squat, down and up. 4, 3, 2, and 1. One more set. One more set. We just keep our bodies moving this whole circuit. Squat, front kick, 2, and 1. So squat, front kick. Does not have to be super deep. We're going for a little bit of speed. We're going for big movements. So it can be a little squat, little front kick. Good, 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Push press. So grabbing those dumbbells. 3, 2, 1. So it's a really small squat, like you're getting ready to jump. If you've ever done, we've done jump shots before, right? We get ready to jump up, and we're gonna toss that basketball right through the hoop. So this is where we start to get into power, which is being strong quickly, right? Remember power, isn't it? Strength times speed, something like that. I was never good at physics. Good, rest, squats. Squats and squats. Hurts distance and time. 2 and 1. And I'm sure I will get an email or a text from anybody that's really good at physics. And that's okay. Good squats. But why do we care? Getting up and down out of a chair, getting up and down out of off of the floor. We don't go slow, right? We have to go a little bit quickly. That's where our power comes in. Getting out of a chair is a power move. Good, 3, 2, and 1. Dumbbells down, walk around, shake it out, grab a quick drink of water, moving on, circuit number 2. We have seal jacks or clapping jacks, open and close, right here. Second exercise is going to be side lunge front raise or side lunge front raise, where you do the front raise changes. And then we're going to do a forward lunge, bicep curl. If you want to do reverse lunges, that's okay too. But we're going to start with our seal jacks, 30 seconds, in 4, 3, 2, 1. So we just open and close. So I want you to think like you're taking the back of the hand. You're opening up big, you're stretching the taffy, shoulders relaxed away from the ears. Nice, good pull. If you did class with me on Saturday, we did upper body on Saturday. And I actually feel pretty good. Definitely a little tight in the chest though. Good, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Side lunge with a front raise. You are welcome to do 1 dumbbell. You can do 2 dumbbells, 2 and 1. So your option 1, side lunge, front raise, and stand. And I'm gonna alternate. You can do round 1 right, round 2 left, round 3 alternate. Your choice. I'm just gonna alternate for all 3. Remember, option number 2, side lunge, stand, and then do your front raise. When we do our side lunge and our raise here, focus on your core. Don't let your low back arch, and don't let your forehead, good, rest. Don't let your forehead drop down towards the floor. All right, forward lunge, bicep curls. 2 and 1. So step and drop, bicep curl, step it back. Step and drop, curl. Now, if you're thinking, I want to get heavier weights, but I can't do the same weights with legs that I can with my arms, you can do round 1, lunge right, round 2, lunge left, round 3, bicep curls. kind of modify it. Good, 3, 2, and 1. Dumbbells down. We're gonna go back for our seal jacks, our clapping jacks. 2, and 1. Open and close. It's a nice, good clap. Now this isn't gonna get your back very much. So if you can really think about squeezing the shoulder blades, even if you keep it or here, and kind of keep it in the middle, but big range of motion. The bigger the arm movements, the higher the heart rate. If you want to do full jacks, go for it. 3, 2, and 1. Side lunge, front raise. 3, 2, and 1. So step out to the side and lift. This is a not deep side lunge, but that's okay. I step out, I shift my weight over into that leg, I sit my hips back like I'm going to sit into a chair. So my front knee is trying to stay on top of my foot. So step and lift. The deeper you go, the harder this is going to be. Good job. Lunges with bicep curls. 4, 3, 2, and 1. So nice, good lunge. Now remember, what do we do for our lunges? We step, we stop, and then we drop. So we don't step, stop, and push. We step, stop, and drop. Reminds me of stop, drop, and roll. I don't know why. Probably the stop. Step, stop, drop. We want to think about back knee going down towards the floor. Front knee again staying over the top of your foot. Here's 2 and 1. Set it down. One more set. One more set. 4, 3, 2. Seal jacks or clapping jacks. So open and close. Does not have to be super fast. You can go nice and slow. Try to get that big movement, or speed it up a little bit. I am feeling my traps a little, feeling my shoulders. So just keep that in mind. Pinch those shoulder blades together. Good, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Side lunge, front raise. So the side lunge, front raise, we're just trying to do lower and upper at the same time. A little bit quicker, big movements. So really think, tuck the ribs under and brace the core. We should feel like our legs are doing the work. We shouldn't feel like we're relying on our back, right? Our back is there for stability. Our legs are doing the movement. 3, 2, and 1. Forward lunges and bicep curls. Now you can do reverse lunges. That's okay too, but we all gotta practice. 2 and 1. So step, stop, drop, bicep curl. Step, stop, drop, front knee. It's gonna go forwards. We just don't want to push it forwards. You shouldn't feel like you're doing a really, really big calf stretch. So it shouldn't feel like your heel wants to lift off the floor. If it does, you may just be not taking a big enough step, or you might be pushing that knee forwards. Last one. Bring it in, shake it out. Walk around, grab a drink. Halfway through, moving on. Circuit number 3. We're gonna go for skiers. We're gonna add tap with a push, or you're gonna do alternating arms. Big skiing movement, yes? We're gonna do deadlift, row, and stand. So hinge, lift, and stand. And then we're gonna hinge it forwards, and we're gonna do straight arm press backs, working the back of the body this circuit. So skiers, 30 seconds in 3, 2, and 1. So we just tap it, tap. You can see I have a little bit of a hinge forwards. You don't have to stay perfectly upright, but we don't want to drop it down really low. Remember, if you're skiing, you got to be able to see where you're going. So we might be hinging forward a little, going faster, but we've got to be able to look forwards. See what's coming. Reach. If you want to make it harder, you do both arms at the same time. Gonna have to go a little faster than you think. 3, 2, and 1. All right, deadlift with rows. I'm gonna go light just because I don't want to get my other dumbbells out today. Good. So hinge it forwards, drive, and then lift. Hinge, drive, and lift. So focus is on back of the body. This is going to be working our glutes and our hamstrings, and then mid-back to low back. So rhomboids, a little bit of lats. Working the posture. Good. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Short rest. Little bit of a break. We're going to hinge it forwards, and we're going to do those straight arm press backs. 3, 2, and 1. So we hinge. Press it back and bring it down. Press it back and down. So you can alternate if you need to, if you're already kind of feeling it today, or both at the same time. You can be a little more upright. This is okay too, but the farther forward you go, a little bit bigger range of motion, a little more time under tension. 2 and 1. Dumbbells down, body weight going for our skiers. 3, 2, and 1. So we just tap it, tap, tap. Thumb forward, so thumb comes up towards the ceiling, pinky reaches back behind you. Same rule applies, big range of motion. You're gonna feel those shoulders. We've got 10 seconds. Good. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it in. Deadlift with rows. Deadlift with rows. 3, 2, and 1. Tuck the ribs, hinge, drive, and stand. So again, this is one where we're just going a little bit quick. Sometimes we do a 2-2. This one, we're going for a little bit of speed. 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. A little rest, a little bit of a break. Straight arm press backs. 3, 2, and 1. Shoulders down, nice good hinge. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. And I want you to take it up, and I want you to hold that squeeze for just that half second. Lift and lower. I think I'm feeling the residuals from Saturday's class. 10 seconds. Not in a bad way, but feeling a little fatigue. Good. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Dumbbells down, one more set. Last set is going to be on the floor. You know that you can stay standing. It's always an option. 2 and 1. So tap it back. Again, little hinge forwards from the pelvis. Head, shoulders, and hips are in alignment. So nice, good reach, and it's okay if your arms are down here. And I want you to think, brace the core, nice, good lift. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Shake it out, deadlift with row. Deadlift with row. 3, 2, and 1. So hinge, drive, and stand. When we stand, we just stand straight. We don't have to exaggerate pushing the hips forwards or arching the low back. It's all about just standing up nice and tall. Like my mom says, when you're at the doctor's office and they want to get your height, you stand as tall as you can. 4, 3, 2, and 1. We have one more set. Straight arm press backs. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hinge it forward, press, and lower. We've got 20 seconds. So shoulders away from the ears. I'm starting to feel this in my traps, so I'm trying to keep them relaxed. Keep that space up by my neck, away from my ears. So long neck, reach it back, long arms. Good, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it in. Shake it out. Walk around, grab a quick drink. Last circuit, down on the floor. We're gonna do mountain climbers. If you're staying standing today, you are more than welcome to do an incline mountain climber, or you can jog or power march. That's your cardio. So you can jog, you can power march, incline mountain climber. Then we're gonna do a chest fly with a leg lower. If you have a band, you're gonna put the band behind you, and you're gonna do a chest fly with a march. Or you can do the dumbbell reverse fly where you go down to up. And then Skullcrushers, you can do a kickback or an overhead extension. It's completely up to you how you want to do that. We're going to take it down to the floor. So we just need dumbbells for chest flies and for Skullcrushers. So we're going to take it all the way down. We're going to start with our mountain climbers, which means I have to be on hands and knees. But it's only 30 seconds, right? So 30 seconds, mountain climbers in 3, 2, and 1. So good mountain climbers. Now your first option is just to go nice and slow. Focus on your core. If you want a little bit more cardio, we want to try to go a little faster. Good, 10 seconds. And then remember, if you're standing, you can jog, you can power march. Don't have to be on your hands or on your knees today. 3, 2, and 1. It's quick change. Excuse me, quick change on your back, chest fly, dead bug position, alternating heel drops. So we're going to take it out, drop a heel, bring it back up. Drop a heel and open. So open the chest, heel goes down, arms come up, arms come up, heel comes up. Or if you need to, lower and add a lift. So this is a little more spine safe. It might feel better for you. Good, short rest. We're gonna go for Skullcrushers. I'm just gonna go ahead and keep the dumbbells that I have. Low back pulled into the floor, feet on the floor. Arms up, good, lower and lift. So think about tucking the ribs. Little bit of a tail feather tuck as well. So you're kind of trying to do a mini crunch and bring your ribs and the front of your pelvis just a little bit closer together. So it's just a little tuck. Pull the belly button in. Last one. Flip it back over for mountain climbers. This one's the tricky one. Trying to flip over kind of quick. 2 and 1. Mountain climbers, knee drivers, slow or fast. If you're standing, jog, power march. Good, we're over halfway. Nice, good knee drives. 10 seconds. Good, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Flip it back over. Chest fly with a heel drop. Figured I'd be nice to everybody, and we only have one exercise on our hand. Good. Legs up, arms up, heel drop, chest fly. Try to keep those knees in line with your hips. Sometimes we start to bring them in, and we start to kind of tuck. We want to keep the core braced, but knees over your hips. Nice and aligned. Good, 5 seconds. Short rest. We're gonna go for our triceps. So skull crusher if you're on the floor, overhead extension or tricep kickback if you are standing today. Time is on. So slow bend and then squeeze at the top when you straighten your elbows. So straightening the elbows, we get that good squeeze. Slow lower, good squeeze at the top. So when you bend your elbows, you're thinking about resisting that muscle getting longer. And when we do our overhead and we straighten the elbows, we're focusing on the muscle getting shorter and squeezing. Good. One more set. One more set. Good. 3, 2, and 1. So good mountain climbers. Now if you have to stay on your knees, you always have the option of doing knee to elbow, or you can just be on hands and knees, and you can absolutely do just a little bit of a kickback. Just modify as needed. We're focusing on core, a little bit of cardio if you want to go faster. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. One more set, chest fly with a leg lower and skull crushers. 3, 2, and 1. So all the way down. If you need to make this a little bit easier, you just go ahead and keep both feet flat on the floor and you lift it lower. So just open and close. If you want to make it a little harder, you have both feet off the floor. Take one heel down. A little stretch in the chest. 2, and 1. Short rest. We have our skull crushers or our tricep kickbacks. Low back into the floor, arms up. Good. Slowly bend the elbows, straighten and lift. So shoulder blades are locked into place. So lower and lift. Slow and controlled here. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Carefully bring those dumbbells down. I take mine by my hips. You can just rest them by your hips. When you're ready, you can bring yourself up to a seated position. If you're standing, you can set the dumbbells down and you can just walk around a little bit. I only used one set of dumbbells today, so I just push them off over to the side. Give yourself a minute, grab a drink, walk around, hang out, stretch, and we're gonna get ready to do our end of class stretching and mobility work. Let's go ahead and bring it in. We're gonna do our 90-90s. We're gonna do one leg at a time. So we're just gonna do right leg, and I really just want you to kind of wiggle. We're just gonna wiggle. If it's not comfortable having your knee bent and your foot on the floor, take your leg out straight. I know it's kind of hard to see. And just move from the hip. So you don't wanna just move your foot. Move the entire leg from your hip all the way down. Your leg looks like a windshield wiper. Let's switch it over to the other leg, same thing. So just one leg at a time. And it's a wiggle. You don't have to get your leg to the floor, just wiggle it side to side. The focus on mobility is just to mobilize your joint. So if you're really tight, really stiff, you just want to try to start getting the movement in. Start moving your leg in ways that maybe you don't normally. Here's 2 and 1. Option 1. You're just going to reach your hands back. One hand grabs the other. You're going to lengthen and then you're going to lift, stretching the biceps and the shoulders. Option 2, hands by your hips, shoulders away from the ears. You're going to lift your buns off of the floor. And you don't even have to go very far. You can lift them off the floor and then scooch your buns towards your heels. You want to make it a little bit harder, you lift. The higher you lift, the harder this is. If you're just not up for being on your hands today, just reach your hands back, pull your shoulder blades down and back, and just do a chest stretch. So I'm adding a little side to side wiggle, a little forward and back wiggle. Rest when you need to. I'm kind of just trying to go based on feel today. 2 and 1, bring it in. We're going to take both legs out straight. If you're really tight, you may have to lean back a little, but I want you to keep the knees nice and straight. Pull the toes up towards the ceiling. Option 2, can you sit in a perfect L shape? Or some of you might be much more flexible. I'm struggling here. Maybe you can reach towards your toes. You can see I don't touch, and that's okay. We just don't want to round our low back. We're trying to stretch our hamstrings versus trying to stretch our spine right now. Good, 3, 2, 1, bring it up. Bottoms of the feet touching, sitting nice and tall. Again, you may need to sit tall, but you may need to lean back a little bit to keep your spine neutral, and then you can just kind of start to walk yourself a little more upright. And then some of you I know are more flexible and can hinge at your hips, and you can walk yourself a little bit forwards. So the goal again is to try not to round here. We want to try to stay tall. Three, 2, and 1. Flip it over, hands and knees. We're gonna go for our child's pose. If you need to come to standing to get off your knees, you can absolutely do this with your hands on a wall, hands on a chair seat, a table, a countertop. If you're in your bedroom, you've got a bed nearby, just reach the hands out on the bed. For this one, I'm focusing on stretching underneath my arms, so if you're standing, knees can be soft. Think about dropping your ears between your elbows. Add a little side to side wiggle. Good, let's bring it up onto hands and knees. If you're standing, do this with your hands just relaxed or with your hands straight out in front of you against a wall. Scapular push-ups, bellies in, elbows straight, shoulders away from the ears, squeeze the shoulder blades together, and then push. So squeeze and push. You can do this with your hands down by your side. If you're standing, you can do this with your arms just extended out in front of you. You can do this with your hands on a wall, palms flat, extended out in front of you. But the challenge here is to pinch and press, but not to let the shoulders come up by the ears. One more. Hold it here. We're going to do inhale, exhale. We're going to do hip circles. So it's a variation on cat-cow, but we add in a little side-to-side movement. Let's go the other direction. Good. Bring it into the center. We're going to walk our hands towards our knees, our hips towards our heels. Kneeling position. We're going to take our strong leg around to the front, and we're going to come up to a standing position. No judgments how you get here. Take your hands. Palms, heels of your palms are going to rest on the shelf of your glute, so not in your low back, on the shelf, the top of your buns. Belly's in a little bit, and we're going to push down on our buns, which will push your hips forwards. And I know you're probably thinking, my mom tells me she has no butt. So if you're thinking the same thing, just think about, instead of pushing at the top of your pelvis, just kind of find the middle of your pelvis and push down and forward, stretching the front of the hips. So it's trying to stretch your hips versus trying to arch that low back. Bring it into the center. Give yourself a nice good pat on the back right here. And switch it over to the other side. Bring the arms down. Just roll the shoulders down and back. Hold it in place. Arms down. Ear to shoulder, side to side. Bring the head up, tuck the chin just a little bit, look to one side, look to the other. Bring it into the center. Big breath in. Spread the fingers, spread the toes. And exhale. One more time. Big breath in. And out. And you are all done.